up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a makeup revisit. So I'm basically revisiting things that I used to love. There's a couple things in here that I just picked back up after a long time of not having them, or just things I've reviewed a long time ago, and I don't know, maybe I like promised an update and I never really gave one, like maybe you never saw it again. I'm just sick of new stuff. I'm sick of viral stuff. Horde culture in the beauty community is a very real thing, and it's super obsessive, and it leads to a very cluttered space and a cluttered mind. It makes me stressed out. So this video is all about just kind of breaking away from the new, the viral, and just using what you've got. Just eliminating all the pressure of having to buy new stuff and just focusing on good makeup and just enjoying it. So yeah, get your makeup out and let's get started. First thing that I want to revisit is this Milani Most Wanted eyeshadow palette in the shade Burning Desire. I was actually going to do a full face Milani, and I don't know, like I'm not sure if people want to see one brand reviews like that anymore. If you do, let me know in the comments below. But I have a good amount of stuff, and I actually did buy a few new things to put in that video, but it just never happens. Packaging's, oh, it's broken. That's great. Here's 4 of them so far. So they feel really soft, very pigmented. The matte ones are a little on the flaky side, but there's what they look like. The shimmers seem like they're gonna be banging. So yeah, there's those. Now these into right here, okay? These little rose tone shades. Can't stop looking at it. Ooh, yeah, they feel really soft, but yeah, they're just not really pressed in there well enough. I feel like that's what makes them have a lot of fallout and stuff. The shades themselves are really pretty, and I feel like I can make it work. Like, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. So there's what all of them look like. This is a 6-pan palette, by the way, and I'm hoping that I picked out products that are all under like $10, maybe $12 tops. I think this one's like 9. So I'm gonna try to use as many shades as possible. So I'm gonna first go into the matte ivory color and just put this down to just kind of act as a barrier. So I'm gonna go into this burnt orange matte shade for my crease. This is blending out really well. It's super pigmented though, so a little bit goes a very long way, but it looks really soft and buttery, and I'm having no issues blending it. So looking good so far, looking good. I'm gonna go into this matte rosy mauve shade right here. I feel like we should have a conversation. Like, should we make this like a chatty kind of thing, or just talk about the makeup? I feel like I should just talk about the makeup. I don't know. I got a lot of little chatty discussion style video ideas in my notes app on my phone. I don't know, I have a really hard time like doing makeup while also talking. I got a lot to say, I don't know how to say it in a timely manner. All right, I'm really impressed with how that looks. That is like super eye-popping. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the shimmery mauve over here. Okay, so it's definitely more of a dry shimmer. It's not one that looks super metallic-y or sheeny. I mean, that's a really pretty shade. Also, while we're trying to be chatty along in the video, I've realized, like, I've had an epiphany. I've had a lot of epiphanies, okay? I guess I kind of realized it after watching the Shania Twain documentary on Netflix. God, I'm a documentary whore. I realized it after watching that some of the prettiest women that I see, and I've seen this on like with TikTok or YouTube, or especially TikTok, but like some of the prettiest women that I see have very minimal makeup. They don't do the eyeliner and all the eyeshadow and stuff. Like, it's simple. I don't know, once I had that epiphany, I kind of can't go back. Like, I can't unsee it. Now I see girls like on YouTube and TikTok and stuff doing this really glam makeup as I'm sitting here doing it too. I feel like people are so much prettier when they don't have a lot of makeup on. Isn't that weird? We put on makeup to make ourselves look better, and then in the end, less really is more. I don't know, I can't really stop putting on makeup because I've got so much to use. If I were to stop putting on makeup, then literally probably thousands of dollars worth of stuff would just go to complete waste. So I can't do it yet. I kind of want to take this coppery shade just to incorporate it somehow. I'm just going to take it on my finger and just put it on the outer corner over here, just because I feel like it's really going to make everything pop. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is take a really cheap setting spray. I love this stuff so much. This is the AOA Studio Primer Spray. I use it for numerous purposes, but because it's so cheap, I don't care about wasting it. So what I like to do with it is use it to wet my eyeshadows. So I have a video up here of how I do this. It's pretty simple, but this is why I do this. So if you've been with me for a long time, like I'm gonna say if you've been with me since 2015 or 2016, maybe 2017. I used to use Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadows like they were going out of freaking style. I was a brand rep for Colourpop. Like I was an unpaid like billboard. So this is the Colourpop Super Shock shadow in the shade Mighty Morphin. And I checked, it is still available. It's just not in this purple packaging anymore because this was a like collection color. But here's what it looks like. So this is a really pretty, almost translucent gold with a ton of different dimensional shimmer in here. So it's got pink, purple, silver, and it looks like it'd be really pretty on top of this little situation. So let me do a little swatchy swatch. So There's what it looks like. Very sheeny, very metallic. So let's just pop this on. I love the old school Colourpop Super Shock formula. I've seen a lot of people talk lately about how, you know, oh, I don't really see the big hype in them and stuff. And that's because they're not what they used to be. Not that they're bad. They weren't this like glitter topper, you know, kind of translucent, kind of colored situation. Like they were full-on pigment, like that's all you need to put all over your eye. They held up like nobody's business. Like these are still to this day my favorite cream eyeshadow formula, but they're not the full-on opacity like they used to be. Like this one is more of a glitter topper. I mean, it's very pretty and it really elevates your look, but like nothing beats the old school formula. So for eyeliner, this is one that I'm desperately trying to use up. Like I just, for the longest time I didn't use black eyeliner. I didn't use eyeliner in general. Like I've been into a shadow as liner phase for like a really hot minute. This is the one that's like the closest to being done. This is from Rimmel. This is the, oh frick, I don't know what it's called. It's all shaved down. This is what it looks like. It's gonna be linked below, but it's in the shade Jet Black. It's basically like a kohl pencil. This is actually a really good liner if you like kohl liners. It's not one that just completely melts off though. Like I feel like a lot of kohl liners, like I remember people talking about the matte kohl liner. Everyone used the matte kohl liner in, what was the shade? There was one called Teddy. What was the black? And Smolder. Yeah, Smolder. That's what everyone was using. And people would put that in their waterline and it would be, you know, it'd be raccoonized or it'd be transferred. And it just seemed like, you know, people talked about it, but it didn't have any longevity. So this one does have some longevity. I've tried a lot of eyeliners and there are tons of really good ones. And this one is good, but it's not amazing. Alrighty then. I'm gonna curl my lashes. For mascara, this is one that I talked about in a not so long ago New Drugstore makeup video. So it's not that it's like old. It's just, this is kind of like, I mean, it's a revisit. That's the theme. This is the Kiko Milano 30 Days Extension Daily Treatment Mascara. It's got just your typical cone shape wand, but it's kind of spiky, okay? It's got some spike to it. Okay, there's two really built up layers of that. Like I really try with that. Sometimes when I do videos, I'm kind of scared. Like when it comes to like trying new products, I'm scared that if I apply too much, it's gonna give me a bad result, or like I'm really careful, like I'm almost too cautious, where this time I just like went in, applied the way I normally do, and I really like that effect. Like it's kind of clumped, but it's super volumized. They're super lengthened. I think I like that. Full brows. So this has been a long time love of mine. I still use this, but I think we all go through phases, or I do anyway, of which style of brow product I like to use. I've been in the brow pencil phase for like a really long time, and I'm just kind of starting to get back into brow powders because it looks better sometimes. This is the Koki Brow Kit in the shade Blonde, and I've talked about this numerous times on my channel. I've used up this top shade quite a bit, and also the wax. So yeah, I've only got like 1.5 shades left, but I love this one for numerous reasons. Number one, I like the formula because it's not too powdery, but also the shades. This shade is the perfect shade combination for my brow color. So yeah, just to use that darker shade up, what I like to do is just mix the two together. Something I really like to do if I have time and kind of want to go the extra mile is I'll go into this brow powder on top of a brow pencil. You know, a brow pencil does a really good job at defining, at outlining, and filling it in, like making those little hair-like strokes, but sometimes your brows can look kind of translucent, like see-through, like you can see gaps, and you may not see that in person. So whenever you kind of fluff through your brow pencil work with a brow powder, it just really elevates your look, elevates your eyebrows, the fluffiness, the thickness. Like it looks a lot better, honestly. And look at that, like that's just, it looks really good. I am an affiliate with Koki. I don't really talk about the products a whole lot, but if you do want to buy from the Koki website anyway, because I don't know where they're available anymore. It seems like they're sometimes available at Walmart, sometimes it's Walgreens, I don't know, but I do have a code where you can use it on their website for, I think it's 25% off. So it's gonna be linked below under discount codes. So check it down there if you do want to buy this, but I love this stuff a lot. So for primer, this is one that I haven't touched in a very long time because I was pretty underwhelmed with it when I first used it and didn't really see the appeal in it, but we're gonna try it again. So this is the Wet n Wild Impossible, the one silicone-free primer that does it all. So this is supposed to be a hydrating primer, mattifying, blurring the pores. It looks like it's gonna be a pore-filling primer. Like it looks like it's a silicone-based primer. Like what are they using in place of silicone? What you gotta worry about when it comes to brands that start using ingredients that aren't mainstream or like aren't used a lot. They're not really tested a whole lot. You never know what you're getting. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I don't know, it blurs my skin, but it doesn't really fill in my pores, which I don't need that, but it's like if you're gonna claim to do that, do it. Why is it tingling? So right now it does have a little bit of tack to it. Not quite like a gripping primer, but it's smooth, but it doesn't feel what I would call hydrating. How am I all the way down here on this and I've used it maybe 3 or 4 times. Like, look at this. Like, this is almost empty. Like, I can see the product right here. So this is the one that I'm really, really excited about. So I actually just repurchased this. I haven't had this in my collection for probably at least 4, 5, 6 years. I used to love this foundation. Like, whenever Pinterest was big, whenever you would make makeup favorites boards and stuff like that, if you were a beauty guru, this was in mine. This is the Covergirl Outlast Extreme Wear Foundation. I don't know if they reformulated this because this is a different package than what it used to be. It used to come in like a blue lid, but it says Extreme Wear, Light Airbrush Finish, 24-hour transfer resistant, SPF 18. Why SPF 18? Like, why that number? Yeah, this used to be one of the longest wearing foundations in my collection. I love this stuff so much. Ran out, never repurchased it. As you can see, it's not super thick. Like, it's not a super heavy looking foundation like in the texture and stuff. So, ooh, it's a little light. I don't remember how a damp sponge applied it. Like, I don't remember what my preferred method was back in the day, but oh mama. Yeah, this is looking the way I remember it looking. It's blending out so well. Like, it's just completely sinking into my skin. It's covering up all my crap. Like, looking good so far. So I've been sitting here for probably, I would say 4 or 5 minutes. So to the touch, this feels set on its own. Like, it doesn't feel like there's no tack whatsoever, but it's enough to where I don't feel like I need a powder after this. I'm gonna go into another pump and we're gonna try to build up those areas where I don't want to see it. I got a lot of acne down here. Oh. It's so pretty. It's building up so nicely. It's skin-like, it's thin, it's smoothing. It just goes to show you that just because something's new, it doesn't mean it's just automatically better. So for concealer, I've really been enjoying this one. When I first got it, I didn't like it, but then I realized that less is more. So this is the Sam Cover Perfection Tip Concealer. I got the shade number 1. It's in Korean, so I'm not sure what that's called, but it's number 1. I love shades, but if you can find your shade, it's actually a pretty good product. I used to be obsessed with K-beauty, and like, I still am. Kind of realized that no one else is, so doing videos and stuff talking about Korean makeup doesn't really do me any favors. But if you watch Korean beauty reviews and stuff, this is a concealer that's talked about in a lot of people's videos. Like, this is one of the top rated concealers. Like, I know on Yes Style, on the concealer like bestsellers page, this is, you know, top 10 results. So when I first used it, I was like, ooh, this is thick, this is heavy, I don't like it. I think the reason this is so popular is because this is like one of the best full coverage concealers on the Korean beauty market, and it definitely does give you full coverage, but if you use too much, it will look thick, it will look heavy, it'll look crepey, it'll cake, it'll settle. So I literally use a dot. Like, I don't use any more than this. I used to do little dots and do the little out here. No, you don't need it. A little bit goes a very, very long way with it, but it just sinks right into your skin. It really does look nice and flawless under the eyes, and this is one that I don't have to use setting powder with. I got a bronzer shade and a foundation that I just recently discovered. This is the Ulta Complexion Crush Medium Coverage Foundations. This is one of my all-time favorite foundations. It is so, oh my God, just out of this world. I'm gonna link the video up here of me talking about it and reviewing it, and definitely check it out. But I think it's like 14 bucks, so we're going past the $10 mark. I'm sorry. Okay, so this one over here is Dark Natural, and this is Dark Olive. So it just has slightly more of like an olive undertone, but I don't know which one's gonna work best for me. So let's do Dark Natural on this side, and we'll do Dark Olive on this side. I'm literally taking the residue from the top of the lid. I love the way it blended on. It just looks so natural and just so skin-like, and that's what I love about this foundation. It has a perfect natural satin finish that just looks like your skin. So I think I'm gonna go with Dark Natural. Like, this just looks, it looks good. So for blush, I'm gonna go into the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush in the shade Rosy. It was Jessica Braun, I think, that talked about this a while back and was talking about how pretty this was. It was just such a pretty, like, I think she compared it to like a MAC, like the mineralized skin finish blushes. I'm not sure. Whenever you look at it, it looks very basic. Like, I wouldn't normally pick this out in the store because it just looks so like plain. One of those is actually on the buildable side, so it's not one that you have to be cautious with how much you pick up on your brush initially. Like, you can just kind of go ham. It's just a natural satin finish, not a lot of shimmer, but it's also not flat matte. There's a little bit of a sheen to it to where it looks slightly glowy, but not a lot. It gives you this, I don't know, this like youthful, like skin, like youthful skin look. For highlight, I'm gonna use the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Beyond Golden Glow. What I don't like about this line though, there's only 2 shades, and like one's pink and one's gold, so it's not gonna be for everyone. I got both shades because I thought I could just mix them together, but it's a really pretty sheen, a really pretty finish. I don't use a lot of powder highlighters anymore though, so that's probably why I don't pull towards this one a whole lot, but like, it's not over the top in your face like Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. Rest in peace. I'm gonna try it with a fan brush on the other side because I feel like that's applying it a little bit too heavily. Oh yeah, I like that better. I mean, this is a very, very good highlighter and it's so underrated. All right, so I went ahead and did some lip liner off camera. So for lipstick, I have this Flower Beauty, what is it called? The Perfect Pout Moisturizing Lipstick in the shade Peony. It's that really pretty, like youthful pink. It's one of those that just makes you, I don't know, it just livens your face up. So moisturizing, glossy, hydrating, shiny, like it literally looks like a lip gloss. So yeah, here's a look that I came up with today. I hope you guys like it. I am really digging it. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more like it, maybe we can make it a series, then give it a big old, my clicker still doesn't work. Thumbs up. Here's a couple more things for you to check out next. Just venture around the channel, make yourself at home. Subscribe if you're not already, and turn the notification bell on to always see my stuff. Everything I've used today will be listed below in the description box and a full-on breakdown, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.